Hi everyone, it's Craig here from VDZD Media, and today we're taking a look at Chicken Police, which is a new indie point-and-click game that comes out tomorrow, which is the 5th of November 2020. It's developed by The Wild Gentleman and published by Handy Games. And we're going to take a look at it right in a minute. Once I set this up. Okay, right, let's get started.
I ran out to get a pack of cigarettes, but I left my wallet at home. Yeah, that's me. I'm getting old. My name is Sonny Featherland, an investigator for 20 years, and once the star of the predatory division of the Clawville Police Department, one half of the legendary Chicken Police. But buying a pack of smokes is more than I can handle right now. Maybe I should just lay low. Yeah, I'll do that. The most colorful place in the wilderness. For all the gods, what bullshit. The last clucking color left this city years ago. And slowly I'll turn gray too. Still, what do I expect? We're living in a vast experiment, and don't even notice that everything got clucked up a long time ago. We believe in this wonderland of peaceful coexistence. Wolves and sheep, chickens and hounds. Yeah, sure, why not? It's just ridiculous. The dog eats the chicken. It's in our nature. I'm not propping up the illusion anymore. 121 days, and it's over. Retirement. What could possibly go wrong?
Everything could go wrong. Even just that still image there, that is weird as hell.
Ah, crap. My office lock is a piece of shit if a dame can pick it. She stood in the darkness. The light painted stripes on her body. It whispered secret little things that were never there in the first place. But she was no zebra. Reality was just a light switch away. Elizabeth or Charlotte? I was sure she'd have a sophisticated-sounding name. She had a bygone look in her eyes, older than this ancient building, and perhaps the whole city itself. Or maybe I'm just drunk. But she was the first womanly thing in my place for a long time, so I had to give her a chance.
Very strange. Okay, so let's look about.
Every whiskey has the same color nowadays, at least in this price range. This is one of the most beautiful memories from my whole life, before Molly left me and took our daughter.
That's a bit deep. They've went to a lot of effort to have voice interaction for almost all this
Books
stuff.
I'm never gonna read. Maybe nobody ever has.
Fair play. Right, let's see what she wants.
Let me introduce myself. My name is Deborah, Miss Deborah Ibanez.
Okay.
You're mistaken, ma'am.
Oh, really? Please enlighten me, Mr. Featherland.
I'm not a private eye. I'd recommend Mr. Philmar Lowe instead of me. He's a nice guy.
Believe me,
Right.
Mr. Featherland, it's not an accident I came to you.
Look, miss, I work for the police, and I'm currently on leave. I couldn't accept private commissions even if I wanted to. Not even from a classy dame like you.
A classy dame.
Am I that easy to read?
That's my job. But tell me, since you've invited yourself in, would you like a drink?
I don't usually drink.
But clearly we're in the business of getting animals drunk, so...
Well, I've got to have one. And it'd be rude of me to drink alone. So, maybe some sherry?
It's just getting a bit rapey.
If you insist. But bourbon, please.
Ah, thank the wild ones. That's all I have.
Guy's running a bar out here.
What a coincidence.
So come on, spill it from the beginning.
Oh, sharing a wee moment. Right, so... what exactly has she spelled? I don't know if I want to use the phone yet.
Who is this dame, anyway? And what the cluck is she doing in my apartment on New Year's Eve?
I love them being able to use, like, what the cluck. It's clever.
That's better. Now, if I understand correctly, your mistress is receiving threats. What kind of threats, exactly?
It's a very strange matter. First, there were letters. Then it came printed on a wine bottle's label, sent as a gift. Then carved into a brick, thrown through the window. And finally, they painted it on the wall of the house in giant red letters.
I think it's time to dig a little deeper. If you don't mind, I'd like to ask you some routine questions.
Given this situation, how can there be such a thing as a routine question?
Please, that's why I'm here.
Okay. It's weird that it keeps going back out to let you sort of do other stuff when you just presumably want to just interact with the
Something like
character
that,
again.
Deborah. Yes.
Question. Okay. Focus on what you want to know about the suspect. Is he or she suspicious? Concentrate on that. This fella is rather suspicious. I need to concentrate on that. Okay. Well, that's good, at least we have an idea how it's going. Detective meter is your best friend, it shows how your question is going. Right, okay.
I must be cautious and smart. This dame seems shy, which I can use to my advantage. But I must be careful about what I say to her, or I can scare her off. Let's start gently, and when the time comes, we can go in hard.
There's no way that these puns aren't intentional. Who exactly are
Who
you?
exactly are you, ma'am?
I'm not somebody important, Mr. Featherland.
Mr. Featherland is also a very underrated name.
You're important enough to deal with such a delicate matter, right?
I carry out the wishes of my employer, nothing more. This means simple paperwork, most of the time.
You've been thrown into deep water, sweetheart. Tell me, can you even swim?
Believe me, this is just as unpleasant for me as it is for you, if not even more.
You're not very confident. Are you sure you're all right?
Yes. Excuse me. I'm just a bit nervous. I've never done anything like this before.
Breaking into the apartments of strangers isn't that big a deal. Some people do it as a hobby.
Please don't make fun of me, Mr. Featherland. This is hard for me as it is.
Look at you. How are we supposed to not make fun of you?
You're right. Sorry. Did you come alone? All by yourself?
I took the subway, then the tram, and then I walked. It wasn't easy to find this place, and to be honest, I had to be discreet.
Well, breaking it entry.
Well, I think I'm starting to get the picture.
Are you?
This is quite unpleasant for me.
You broke into my house? Or office, or whatever the hell this is. Where are you born and raised? Where did you come? Why did you come to visit me? Why not employ yourself?
Why did you come to
That one.
visit me? Why not your employer herself?
My employer is Miss Natasha Katsenko. She hasn't been leaving her home lately, only if she really has to.
How so?
Miss Natasha is afraid. She's scared because of those unwanted messages, and everyone knows who she is.
This is a strange thing to notice, but there's clearly a double space between she's and scared in the text, and it's really annoying.
So she's that kind of woman.
I mean, she's a cat, not a woman, so...
I don't know what you mean.
Of course you do, Deborah. Thank you, by the way. We're finally getting somewhere. We avoided the point long enough. Deborah's hiding something, no question. Let's focus on that.
Right. What exactly did you expect? How did you get this address? Let's go with how you got the address.
How did you get this address?
You know, my mistress has exceptional connections.
Is this Deborah a prostitute or something like that? What does she mean, my mistress?
If they were so exceptional, she wouldn't have chosen me.
Don't be so hard on yourself, Detective. You are the head of the famous chicken police. Am I right?
That's brilliant if that's the name of it.
Was it a raccoon with a scarred face called Zip who recommended me? He hates me.
Zip.
No, Mr. Featherland. I don't know anyone like that.
Lucky for you, Deborah. What do you want from me?
Me?
Yes.
Oh, don't be silly, Deborah. I mean your employer. I was just talking to myself, out loud.
Well, Miss Katsenko thinks you're a great detective, and you're also reliable. That's why I came.
Did she also give you the lockpick?
Please, could you let this go? I'm really embarrassed.
Absolutely not.
Sorry, sweetheart, I'm just teasing you. As soon as I saw you, you were forgiven.
Oh no.
That's very nice of you.
It has nothing to do with being nice, Deborah, but you're welcome.
It's a really, really rapey vibe going on here.
Don't you think this whole thing is a little suspicious?
Look, Santino, I'll explain everything.
I have no doubt about that. You look just the type, sweetheart. No offense.
I'll take that as a compliment. Or maybe I'll act like I haven't heard it.
So two completely different things.
You see, we're starting to understand each other.
Right, so it seems like, according to the detective meter, it's going well. Impressions are shy, frightened, doubtful, hiding something. The focus is that we avoided the point long enough. Deborah's hiding something, no question. Let's focus on that. Let's be direct.
If you won't come clean, what's the point of all this?
But, Mr. Featherland...
I'm sorry, sweetheart, but I'm way too old for this game.
Please, just think again. For me and my mistress's sake.
Ah, bollocks. Right, let's try again then.
I must be cautious and smart. This dame seems shy, which I can use to my advantage. But I must be careful about what I say to her, or I can scare her off.
Right, okay.
Who exactly are you?
Believe me.
Right, we'll just skip through some of this.
You're not very
Most of the same
breaking
questions.
into the.
It seems like it was going
You're
quite well.
I took the
Oh, shit.
subway, then the tram, and
Yeah. What?
this is quite...
Right.
Why did you come?
My...
How so?
Miss...
So she.
I don't know what...
Of course you do, We avoided the point long enough. Deborah's hiding something, no question.
Right, okay. Let's try this one.
I'm sure it's not intentional, but are you toying with me?
I'm not sure I understand you, Mr. Featherland.
Cut the crap, Deborah.
Okay.
You're a pretty smart girl, and you can't hide that no matter how hard you try. But ever since we've been talking, I couldn't force one single straight answer out of you. I'm starting to think I'm terrible at what I do.
I'm sorry, Mr. Featherland, you're right. I'll try to be more straightforward next time.
I appreciate that, ma'am.
Okay. Do you think you're cut out for this work? Let's pretend you've never found me here, okay? Are you in some sort
Are
of
you
jam?
in some sort of...
Nothing of the sort. There are simply things better left unsaid.
Then you're wasting my time.
I trust your instincts. You'll manage it.
Yeah, and I have no other choice, right?
To be honest, no, Mr. Featherland. Not really.
Don't you think this whole thing is a little suspicious?
Look, Santino. I'll explain everything.
Santino.
I have no doubt about that. You look just the type, sweetheart. No offense.
I'll take that as a compliment.
You see, we're starting to understand each... Tell me, Deborah,
Because my mistress trusts you.
should that be enough?
If you really like what she thinks you are, then yes.
Damn, what can I say to that?
Look, I didn't mean to back you up against the wall.
You have a way with words, sweetheart. Did you ever want to be a cop?
No, she's an animal.
No, not for the world.
Heh, smart answer. Be honest and tell me what you're so afraid of.
You know, Mr. Featherland, my mistress's partner is Hobart Wessler. Or as most people know him,
Ibn Wessler, the Kingpin.
Dun dun dun.
exactly.
Feathery gods, help me.
So you get it now. The secrecy.
Not even a little bit.
To put it mildly, I think I understand it all. Wessler. This little piece of the puzzle changes everything.
Nice. We cheeky 5 stars. Let's have a look in the drawer. Give me a shooter.
She doesn't seem so dangerous that I need to grab my gun, but you never know. My last cigarette. You're lucky I don't have a light, pal.
I need to see a chicken smoking.
My wallet and my badge. The wallet is real. The badge ain't. Chief Bloodboil took mine. So I got this one out of a pack of cornflakes. Just in case.
That's brilliant. Ah. Prefer the darker set.
Legs that go on for days. Deep, dark eyes. Silky skin and voice. You're in big trouble, pal.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Please, take a look at this.
Well, okay. Let's see.
I hear that. I know Molly very well. Please note this when deciding whether or not to accept my assignment.
I know Molly very well. Please note this when deciding whether or not to accept my assignment. Miss Ibanez is a trusted friend. Treat her as gentleman. N.
I felt like I'd been hit on the back of my head with a blackjack. Reality tilted. Molly. Good gods. What was her name doing there? I glanced at the opposite wall, with the well-worn picture frames. Like an eternally dark hole in the wall. A missing piece. She was wearing a light silk dress and singing a lullaby. The waves caressing her beautiful long legs. Why Molly? Why now?
Why indeed?
Mr. Featherland? Santino, are you alright?
What the hell is this supposed to mean?
I don't know anything, Mr. Santino. My mistress told me to give this to you. She said you'd understand. Don't you?
Oh, of course I understand, Miss Ibanez. I get it very well. But this case is becoming more and more confusing. It's starting to look like blackmail.
Oh dear.
Blackmail?
Don't play innocent with me.
But
All right. When can I visit?
visit me?
Not you. Miss Katsenko.
Oh, yes. You can find her at the Tsar Club.
Didn't you tell me she's not the social kind? That she's especially unsociable? Or does she only like loud and crowded clubs?
No, she's really not like that. But she owns the place.
Judging by the flyer, it must be a very busy club, especially on New Year's Eve, right?
I'm sure you'll have no trouble finding Miss Katsenko, but there's one small problem, Mr. Featherland.
So far, there seems to be quite a few problems.
Let me guess. Mr. Wessler better not know about my visit.
Exactly. How did you know?
Because I'm a fucking detective.
20 years experience, ma'am. Oh, and please, call me Sonny.
It was a pleasure to meet you, Sonny.
I'll talk about the rest with Ms. Katsenko in person. A good friend of mine would be happy to take you home if you'd like.
I'd appreciate that, Sonny.
Okay, so I think this is just notes. We've got 16 different notes. All the threats are written. Mysterious messenger. We've also got people, places. Okay. Take a wee look around for a minute.
I promised myself I'd write a novel one day.
Okay. So let's take a look at this picture, because they were talking about...
The good things in life don't last long. The best ones always leave first. I saw that in the window of a Molly, where do you live now? And with whom?
Oh dear. His missus has done a run
M.B.
up.
Davis, the eternal... We used to be star cops a few years ago. Tabloid press, radio interviews, and even a book series. I don't miss those days. Of course, Marty, my old partner, would disagree. He just loved the spotlight. The Wild Gentleman. Those guys rebuilt the city after the Great Fire of 867. My heroes when I was a little chick. I'm starting to think they should have left Clawville as it was, burned to the ground.
That's cool. That's like the development team.
Thank you again, Mr. Sonny.
Don't mention it, Deborah. I had no other plans for today, except drink. But tell me, do you have a light?
I'm sorry, I don't smoke.
Outrageous.
Thought so. Behind that door lies the kingdom of dirty clothes, cigarette butts, and empty bottles.
This guy's a bit grim, isn't he?
Thank you.
Right, so I take it then... Did I just select the next place? How do I leave?
I don't even know what these papers...
Ah, okay, right. Why did that number disappear? 555932.
Hey, Lewis. Am I bothering you?
No. Of course not, Sonny. Old friend, what's up?
I just called him Lewis, so why is there question marks for his name?
Could you come over? I've got a favor to ask if you're not busy.
For you, anything. Just a minute.
Right, okay.
Lewis arrived a few minutes later. He lived in the rooms above, so it wasn't difficult getting here. Not to mention that he's a rabbit. It was a quick hop. The Atlas Hotel was his inheritance. It was once a well-renowned place, but not anymore. The last economic crisis ruined it. And now, besides me, he was the only resident of this enormous place.
Jesus.
I don't even know where the key is. What? Thanks for being so quick, Lewis. Can you drive Miss Ibanez home? I have some things to take care of.
I don't think he's your assistant, mate.
Of course, Sonny. You know, anything for you.
This guy seems terrified.
Thank you for being so considerate, Sonny. I appreciate it.
Don't mention it.
Goodbye, then.
So long, Deborah. Before I visit the club, I have to take a detour. I've got a feeling that this case isn't going to be a one-man job. And there's only one bird in this city I can trust. My ex-partner, Marty. He's going to be at the station. I can only hope he'll be willing to talk to me.
Very bizarre. The voice acting's pretty good,
Could
though.
I ask you a few more questions, Deborah?
Feel free.
Ach, no, we're alright. Doesn't matter.
Just a bunch of useless...
Why is this wee guy not taking her away?
I can always count on... You got anything?
I thought I'd visit a nightclub. It's New Year's Eve, after all.
Well, I didn't mean to hold you up.
I'll ask a favor of you someday.
This guy.
I owe you a lot of those, don't I?
That's true. I don't deny it.
Bizarre. Right. So we've got the map open now. How long's this been going? 33 minutes? We'll maybe do a little bit of the next location. And then call it a day. And since there's a story for these scenes, also the type of locations wasn't down. It's completely as okay. So this is my only option at the moment then.
It was New Year's Eve, and I was driving, half drunk, risking my whole life's work. But still, it didn't feel any different. Every day was the same. And the 121 days I had left till my retirement seemed like an eternity. When I look out the window of the hotel room I call home, I see the same thing every day. A woman in a red nightgown dances slowly in circles to smooth music. The 9 o'clock show, with a glass of cheap bourbon and the red gown with the silent music. In the meantime, the proud city of Clawville is slowly eating itself alive. And we're still here, with nothing left to lose but our sanity, while others, the smart ones, had already gone. Molly. Does her name really upset me this much? All those years of solitude, and I still jump without question every time I hear it. And then there's Marty, my ex-partner, who hates me. But I know I have to speak with him, no matter what. Why do I feel like the past is watching me on this goddamn night?
It's pretty interesting stuff so far. It's beyond
I
weird,
knew where
but
to find Marty. At the station, we'd always draw straws about holiday duty.
I do
Marty
enjoy
never joined
detective
in.
stuff.
He always took the New Year's Eve shift, even though he had someone to go home to. I understood. 10 years ago, we survived the night the press called the Bloody New Year. Forgotten by Clawville, but not by us. We both left parts of ourselves behind that night.
I haven't even made the joke yet about how this guy's cock of the walk.
Back in the day, I used to patrol the city streets in one of these. I don't miss it, but it used to have its advantages.
Fellas.
Well, look at that. Hey, Sonny, what you scratching out over here? I heard the big boss threw you out.
Tough luck, boys. I may not be on duty, but I'm still a cop, just like you. Well, more than you.
Hey, you don't have to be so peckish, old bud. By the way, you're in luck. Blood Boil's not in tonight. Malloy is in charge.
Why does the rat have to be Scottish?
Oh, God. That clumsy buffalo is here tonight. If he doesn't end up in a cell again, he's lucky.
You got it.
You looking for Marty, eh?
I see you're still the brains around here, Phyllis. Yeah, I'm looking for Marty. Birds of a feather flock together.
I see you're still the funny guy around here. You'll find the giant feather duster at the shooting range. As always.
Hey, Royce. I'm telling you this because maybe you'll be able to understand. If this prickly shithead makes another racist remark, I'll strangle him with his own raincoat.
I'd love to see that.
Hey, whose side are you on, you jerk?
Jesus.
Every time this poster disappears, good old Blood Boil puts it right back, immediately. I tore it down at least 3 times already. Actually, it's a kind of passive-aggressive game for us with the Chief. Here we are again, Clawville Police Department. I've never been good at history, but if I'm not mistaken, this place has been a church, a hospital, and even some insane cult's secret hideout over the years. Anyway, the place holds the secrets of the ages, and some drunk pigs in the basement.
Okay, let's see what we've got here.
Hey, Boss Bird. What are you doing here? Shouldn't you be celebrating somewhere?
Monica.
Every day's a holiday since I got out of here.
I can tell. But what are you doing here? Are you here for a file? You know, I'm a little busy right now.
Yeah, you could look after a few things for me, but first I'd like to talk to Mr. Big Beak McChicken himself. Those two prickly assholes told me he's emptying the magazines in the hole.
Like always. And if he carries on like that, he's gonna use up all our ammo. So it would be nice if you drag him out of there. You know how this day is for him.
For him?
You know I didn't mean it like that.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so just sign here and you're good to go.
Thank you, darling.
Don't mention it, Boss Bird.
Boss Bird.
It's Marty to you, sonny boy.
Jesus.
Everything's fine. There was just a bit of trouble in the bar, and someone got knocked on the head with a glass. It wasn't my fault. I'm as blind as a bat.
Did that ever bother you, Morty?
Listen, sonny boy. Go tell them to leave me alone, eh? It's New Year's Eve, after all, and I didn't even do anything wrong. Not that wrong.
Where's your little lapdog to get you out of this mess? Is that little pimp of a midget still sniffing around you?
Little pimp of a midget.
Jesse is a good boy, sonny. And he's good to me, believe me.
Again, that sounds rapey.
Oh, God, spare me the details. When will you finally realize that little shit's been using you?
Oh, of course he's using me. What could a pretty boy like him want from this old monster, eh? Still, Sonny, I have no one else. Do you understand that, don't you?
Even you deserve better, pal. By the way, you look horrible, even for yourself. Are you feeling okay?
It is a suspicious look, with the short jogging trousers and the face.
Well, I'm not what I used to be, but neither are you, judging from your voice. But I'm seeing a doctor, sonny boy. I really am. Are you?
Don't need to, Mort. I'm fine. Anyway, if Bubo prescribed you something, don't even think about taking it.
I don't talk to that insane owl.
Damn right.
Please, say something on my behalf, okay? I really don't have time for this detective buffalo shit.
Hey, careful with that. Buffalo Malloy is the chief today.
Like I care.
I'll try to speak for you, but keep it down till then, okay? You don't need this shit, and I don't need it either.
Sonny boy, you've always been a good friend.
More like a clucking pigeon.
Jesus Christ.
I'm really not in the mood to meet Deputy Malloy, or any of my ex-colleagues from the Predatory Division.
Okay. Ah, there we go.
This is gonna be a hard ride. Last time we saw each other, he had a smoking gun in his hand, and I was bleeding. I don't know how we can get past that, but it's worth a try.
This case doesn't really seem like life or death that you need to go and dig up your past, but let's see what he's got to say. Wow.
Long thighs and a big gun. That's Marty's idea of a perfect woman. Can't blame him for it.
Uh-huh. She's got enough guns.
Marty looks good. Big and loud and angry as always.
Oh, well, look who's here. Hello, Boss Bird. Were you lost? This is the PD building, you know?
Cut the shit, Marty. We're better than this.
Well, at least you are. Better than anyone, huh?
Marty, come on, let's forget that. What's past is past.
Easy for you to say, Sonny.
Damn it, Marty, you shot me, remember? I almost bled to death.
Hell yeah, I remember. Unfortunately, my aim wasn't good enough.
Harsh.
I need your help, okay? That's what you want to hear.
Well, it's a start.
Okay, I've said it. I won't do it again.
Yeah, right.
So, are you in? Just for tonight. Small case. We'll wrap it up in no time.
Doesn't even sound like you need him.
What kind of case?
A personal one.
How personal?
Very. The kind of case where if you come with me right now, you're not on duty anymore.
Ooh.
Ooh, damn, Sonny. Stop it right there. I'm in.
That's it?
Do you know how boring life is here without your stupid, reckless shit? Soon enough, I'll shoot all the ammo in here out of boredom. Right, so, tell me, what's it about?
I'll tell you in the car.
Ooh, can I bring Bertha?
Ah, for the love of... Marty, this is a routine case. You can't bring your shotgun, okay? Bertha stays.
Okay. But at least Susie can come, right?
All right, Susie can come.
That's what I want to hear.
Right, okay, I think we'll wrap it up there. I don't know what to make so far. It's very weird. I like the detective aspect. I think it's pretty funny. It's weird though. It is weird. I definitely want to play more, but I don't know. It's pretty out there. I'll definitely play more. I'm going to review the game, so we'll see how it goes. I expect it to probably be sub 5 hours, hopefully anyway, so it shouldn't take too long. Should have some time to complete it in the coming days or perhaps next week. I'll keep posting my thoughts on Twitter as I get deeper into the game. But if you like what you've seen so far, the game does release tomorrow on PlayStation and I believe Xbox and PC. Don't quote me on that. But it will be on PlayStation tomorrow, November 5th, 2020. I do not know the price. We were provided with a review code for the game, so I'm not sure of the price. I would guess £15 roughly. Seems like that sort of range, but I could be way off. But yeah, if you like what you've seen today, please subscribe. This will be archived on YouTube, which is possibly where you may be watching it. Again, subscribe on there. Check out our website. It's vdzemedia.net, and we are now VDZE Media across all platforms: Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, and pretty much anywhere else. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you next time.